What is up, Rage Nation? We are back with another behind the scenes video of us getting an interview. Today we got Josh with us. He's the lead vocalist and guitarist for the band Dark Below. Josh, thanks for your time, dude.
Yeah, man, of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm excited to play your music. The first song I ever heard from you guys was Hate Being Human. And I tell you what, I had that song on repeat for like a week. That's such a great song. So I can't wait.
Thanks, dude.
And the new song you got out is fantastic as well. And we're going to lead the show off with that. All right. So if the algorithm gods have our back and you found our video on YouTube or Facebook, maybe you're a Dark Below fan, maybe you just stumbled upon us. We're Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.us. We're an internationally syndicated radio show on 27 radio stations across planet Earth. If you want to know more about us, check out the hub, IndieRageRadio.us. And if you really dig our mission of giving a global platform to independent and unsigned bands to promote their music, one of the easiest ways to help us keep broadcasting, and it's a free way, is by using our Amazon affiliate link in the crawl and in the description of this video, tinyurl.com/Amazon link MO. When you click that, you'll be magically transported to Amazon. Uncle Bezos said, Mikey O, if you send some traffic my way and they purchase something, we're going to give you a small commission with no added cost to them. I said, thank you, sir. We'll take it. So if you would do that, add it to your browser, save it. We sure would appreciate it. All right, here we go. Segment one in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.us. Thanks for coming back another week. Joining us tonight, we got Josh. He's the lead vocalist and guitarist for the band Dark Below. They're a rock band from Missouri. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, and their music is available everywhere you are. Spotify, Apple Music, and the list goes on. You can find them online, fans.darkbelow.com. They got a VIP fan list. Make sure you get that today. And they got a merch link on there as well, plus all their other links. Josh, appreciate you coming on tonight, brother.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you having me.
All right, so the first segment of the show, we always play a game. We're going to play 10 rounds with Mikey O. It's kind of like a this or a that. I'm going to give you a people, place, thing, 2 or 3 things. You just tell me which one you like the most.
All right.
All right, here we go. Round number 1, Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo?
Of those 3, I would say PlayStation, but I'm actually I'm a huge video game nerd, and I've become a PC guy.
You know, my son, he got the PS5 because all his friends play PS5. And then, like, man, I would say like a month later, he was already talking about how he wanted to switch to PC. And I was like, dude, we just paid all this money for a PS5. Now you want to switch to PC? Come on, man.
Yeah, that kind of happened with our friend group. We all got PS5s because that's what we've always done. And then, I don't know, not too long ago, it's like, man, I got a PC. So we've kind of been migrating over there.
Look, I know you don't know anything about this, but back when I was young, a game to play on the PC usually came on like 10 to 20 floppy disk. And you and you had to download all those floppy disks. My uncle actually ripped the first Doom for me. And I remember sitting in my room playing Doom in the dark and being freaked out, even though the graphics were absolutely garbage. But man, yeah, I can feel you. I used to play tons of games on the PC. Duke Nukem, that was one of my favorites. Anyways, moving on. Round number 2, IPA or Pilsner?
I'm not a huge drinker, but I would say Pilsner. The IPAs, I don't know, man. I don't get it. It's not for me.
It's too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, All right, round number 3, vinyl, CD, or digital download?
Well, I hate to say it, but I'm going to say digital download. It's just so easy.
Yep. Well, what about your personal collection? You got more CDs or you got more vinyl or what?
Well, I sort of inherited my dad's vinyl collection. He's got a pretty good one, so I do have a lot of them. In the basement, it's like a lot of 70s stuff. But we've got a pretty decent CD collection also. But I'll be honest, I haven't listened to them in a long time just because the digital stuff is so much it's so easy.
Oh man, you got to dust them off. Come on. All right, round number 4: pizza or hamburger?
Pizza.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
I know there are a lot of strong feelings about it. I like it. It's not like my favorite, but I'll eat
it. Yeah, I'm with you. I love pineapple on the pizza.
Yeah.
It's the perfect sweet and savory combo. It works. Yeah. Round number 5: flying or driving?
Driving.
Round number 6: would you rather play at a club or a festival?
Man, I'll be honest. We've been around a long time. We've never really played like a big festival, but I would love to do that. So I'll say festival.
Nice. Round number 7: coffee or energy drinks?
I prefer energy drinks. I'm actually trying to kick that habit right now because I got a pretty bad one. I've been drinking coffee recently, but I like energy drinks more, definitely.
Yeah, back when I was working retail, I mean, it was the worst time of my life, and I coped with energy drinks. And I started to pregnancy crave those things. It was crazy.
Yeah, I used to work at Home Depot, so back in those days, I was slamming a lot of them myself.
All right, round number 8: snow or sand?
Sand.
Round number 9: beef or chicken?
Beef.
Yeah, you can't beat a good steak. How do you take your steak?
Medium rare.
That's it. You know, when I was growing up, you know, I listened to what my parents listened to, and I ate what my parents ate, and my mom always got me well done. And I never understood what an atrocity well done was until I met my wife in college, and we went out, and she ordered a steak medium rare, and I was like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" And I was like, "You want that thing mooing back at you?" And she was like, "Well, how are you going to order it?" And I was like, "Well done." And she was like, "No, not tonight." And then that's the first time I ever had a medium rare steak, and it changed my life.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different. I agree with the people that say well done. It's like basically ruining it. It's just too much.
All right, and the finale of 10 Rounds with Mikey O: mohawk or mullet?
I would probably have a mohawk first.
Gotcha. You know, there's just something special about a mullet when that thing catches the wind and it just starts flapping on you. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so let's talk about this song that you guys are currently pushing right now, Can't Let Go. It features Matt James from Blacktop Mojo. How did all this come together?
So we've played with Blacktop Mojo a time or two. It's been a while, but our manager Jason, he's become pretty good friends with those guys. Nathan, their drummer, is also their manager, and they've become really good friends. And a while back when we were talking about doing a new song, he said, what if we asked Matt if maybe he would want to get involved? So we talked about it. He said he would be down. So he and I got together in Nashville and wrote "Can't Let Go."
Awesome. So let's go ahead and talk about the song. What's it about?
It's just pretty much about, just not giving up on something. I mean, for me, it's basically music. You go through a lot of hard times doing this. It feels like there's a lot more losses than there are wins, but you love it and you don't want to give up, and you got to keep chasing it.
Here it is. It's Can't Let Go, featuring Matt James of Blacktop Mojo from Dark Below on Indie Rage Radio. All right. Segment 2, we're going to get more questions about the band here.
Okay.
All right. Segment 2 in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.us. We are back with Josh. He's the lead vocalist and guitarist for the band Dark Below, the rock band from God's country, Missouri. Missouri is so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We'll talk about that here in a second. You can find the band on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok. Their music is everywhere where you are. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Tidal, and the list goes on. Go check out their VIP fan list at fans.darkbelow.com. Sign yourself up. Get you some merch while you're there. Go help support this band. All right. Yeah. Look, I lived in Arkansas for a cup of coffee. And when I was young, my parents had a basket business called Baskets for All Seasons. And she sold to some vendors in Branson at Silver Dollar City. So every year we would go up to Silver Dollar City, and I would always be amazed going through the mountains. I don't know if you have mountains in Colombia, but just like going through the mountains in the Ozarks and like, oh my God, this Missouri, give me more.
Yeah, it's pretty cool down there around the Ozarks and stuff, and like Branson. I've been to Silver Dollar City. It's been a long time, but it's cool. So I live actually like in the boonies of northeast Missouri. I'm about an hour from Columbia. And, I don't think we've got as much good scenery up here. It's very flat where I'm at, but we've got the Mark Twain Lake, which is kind of like the smaller. If people don't want to go to the Lake of the Ozarks where it's super busy, they'll come up here to the Mark Twain Lake. So it's pretty cool.
Nice. All right, so let's talk about how the band met. How'd you guys get together?
It started with me making a Craigslist post.
Yes.
I knew I wanted to start a band, and this was like around 2012 or so, and I didn't really know how to do it, so I just went on Craigslist and made a post, and I think about the only guy who replied was our original drummer Brett, and I had made some really rough, crappy recordings on my computer. I sent him over some songs, and then he just invited me over one day. He was like, yeah, man. He's like, just come to my dad's house, just walk around the back, come in the basement. And so I get there, and it's just like a door cracked open on some random house. And I remember thinking, like, this could go really badly. But no, that was how I got started. I did not want to be the singer. I just wanted to play guitar. But it was just me and him for a while. And then his buddy Joshy, who is still our bassist to this day, he was just hanging out one day. He told me he could play a little bit of guitar, and I was like, well, have you ever played bass? He said, no, but I had a bass. I was like, here you go, man, you're in. And the three of us played for a while. We could never find a singer, and they were like, man, why don't you just do it? So that's just kind of how it got started.
You know what's funny? I've heard that pretty much same story from three other people that I've interviewed about responding to Craigslist and joining a band. At some point in time, everybody always thinks, okay, this could be it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little scary walking in, but I remember it was just like totally dark too. And I walked in the door, and then there was another door, and I walked in, and it just opened up to like the most Green Bay Packers stuff you've ever seen in your life, because his dad is the biggest Green Bay Packers fan on earth. So I knew he was, maybe a little bit crazy, but it was awesome. It all worked out.
So when you guys started out, like, what were some of the influences that you think molded, your songwriting and, songwriting?
For me, one of the biggest influences for me starting a band and everything was Chevelle. I saw them for the first time in 2007. Yeah, 2007 at the Blue Note in Columbia, which is kind of like the place to play there. And it was just sort of like a last minute, like, hey, let's go watch these guys. Like, I liked Chevelle, but I wasn't, like a super fan or anything. But we went and watched them, and man, it was so awesome. And I said, man, this can be done. I got to give this a shot. So, and I love their music. That's one band that a lot of people say, you kind of remind me of Chevelle. So they've been a huge influence on me and the band.
Speaking of huge influence, you guys are kind of working with Paul Crosby, the former drummer of Salvia. How cool has that been to kind of pick the brain and get some career advice from a guy that's been there, done that, got the t-shirt?
Oh yeah, man, it's really cool. We've been working with Paul for a little bit now. He's just kind of helping us out with some stuff. We had played with Salvia a long time ago when he was still in the band, and I didn't really even get a chance to meet him back then, but he's an awesome dude, and he's done it at the highest level, and he's been able to help us with a lot of things, like especially social media wise, that we can be doing better. So yeah, it's great working with him, and he's an awesome dude.
Yeah, I interviewed Jode from Goat Silk a few weeks ago, and he said to give you guys a shout out.
Oh, cool. Appreciate that.
All right, so the next song we're going to play for you guys is called Tents. What's this song about?
So this song specifically, this was the last song we wrote for our full-length record. This was about, it was a pretty bad time of my life. I was pretty depressed. It was a little while after my dad had passed away, and I was going through this whole thing where I basically became like a hypochondriac, and that's really what the song is about. Hypochondria. Just you've become convinced that there is something seriously wrong with you, despite medical professionals and everyone telling you, like, man, there's nothing wrong with you. This is all in your head, but you can't believe it. And that's the song that came out of it.
Here it is. It is Tents from Dark Below here on Indie Rage Radio. Dog, I feel you on that, because the older I get, the more hypochondriac I get. Like,
Yeah.
like I'll be having something going on, and I'll be getting on the interwebs and WebMD, and then all of a sudden, I think I got colon cancer, and I'm like, dude.
That is specifically what it was. And it all started from me looking something up online, and every doctor has told me, they're like, never Google your symptoms, because they're going to tell you you're dying. And it seriously just started from me looking that up, and it's like, oh, I got colon cancer. And I went through the whole thing. I got a colonoscopy. I got all of it. And they were just like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with you. And it took all of that for me to finally be convinced.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
All right. So segment 3, we take a flight into the town that you're billed from. So you guys are billed from Columbia, Missouri, right?
Yeah.
And being a college town, I'm pretty sure they got some pretty good venues over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then you said you're not really big into drinking, and possibly not the bar scene. So, is there like fun stuff to do there, like arcades or like go-karts or,
I mean, they've got arcades, and I don't think we have any go-karts. I'll be honest, I'm kind of a homebody. I stay home a lot. I mean, like back when we started the band and everything, I did a lot more drinking and stuff back then. I mean, there's a lot of cool bars and places like that being a college town.
Do you know any names of them?
Yeah.
Okay. So we can talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll ask about a restaurant we need to stop at too.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Segment 3 in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.us. We are back, hour number 2, with our special guest, Josh. He's the lead guitarist and vocalist for the band Dark Below. They're from Missouri. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok. Their music is available on Spotify, Apple Music, and, of course, everywhere where you consume music. You can find them online, fans.darkbelow.com. Make sure you sign up for that VIP fan list and go get you some merch. Go help support this band. All right, so in segment 3, Josh, we always take a flight into your town. So we're flying into Columbia, okay? We are landing in God's country, Hungary. What is one restaurant we need to stop at?
I would say if there's one place you want to go in Columbia, I've only been there once because it's like a pretty fancy place. It's pretty expensive. It's called the CC City Broiler. I went there one time with our bassist, Joshy. We went on a little date there. He told me I had to go, and it's just like really good steaks, and it's one of the nicest places I've ever been. And it was, I mean, it's not cheap, but it was one of the best meals I've ever had in my life. It was incredible.
Nice. What kind of like did you get, like the loaded potato? What'd you get with it?
Yeah, I know it came with a baked potato. This has been a while. We ordered he knew of some, it was like some sort of porterhouse steak that like wasn't on the menu, but he knew about it. So we ordered that, and yeah, I think it came with a baked potato and a salad. And I mean, it was all incredible.
Yeah, man. All right, so we got a great steak. We want to burn off those calories. Being a college town, got to have some good venues. And look, no hate, no shade thrown to touring bands, but we really want to get a local vibe of the Columbia, Missouri rock scene. What venue we going to?
So if we just want like the local spot, that would be Rose Music Hall. So Columbia at this point has basically, I think, kind of like two venues really that we play at. There's Rose Music Hall, which is kind of the smaller. You get a lot more local stuff, and then there's the Blue Note, which is the bigger one, and that's where more national bands come through. I mean, they do have local shows there, but Rose Music Hall, it's a small venue, but it's awesome. Just like great people there. They've always got a pretty good crowd who just shows up because they like to go watch music. It's that is the spot I would say. It's Rose Music Hall.
All right, so we got a great steak. We probably even threw in some grilled asparagus in there too. We worked it off at a venue. We want to nightcap it in Columbia. Where's a great bar we can stop at to get a vibe?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great spots downtown. Down there, like on Broadway, there's Shiloh's. I'm trying to remember back to more of my college drinking days. Some of those spots. There's Harpo's. That's the one where like all the college kids go, and you can't even hardly walk through there because there's so many people. Field House. I think that was kind of like the frat spot. You got all kinds of places to choose from. There's one called Clicks, which is more like a dive bar. That's where a lot of the musicians go to hang out. We met Mark Tremonti there one time.
Oh, nice.
We saw his band was on tour with Seven Dust, and one of our a band we were friends with. These guys, they were in a band called Woolwater. They were opening for them, and they were like, "Yeah, man, come on down to Clicks and hang out with us." And we went and we walked in. There was like one guy there over in the corner playing the one pinball machine, and it was Mark Tremonti, and he was an awesome dude. Yeah,
that's awesome. All right, Josh, thanks for taking us a tour around your town, man.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so the next song we talked about a little bit earlier about this. The first song I ever heard from you guys was "Hate Being Human," and man, did I play the crap out of this song. Probably half the views on YouTube are from me.
Well, thanks, man. We appreciate that.
Yeah, bro. This song has such a cool vibe to it. Let's talk about this song. What's it about?
So when we started recording our album, it was actually like 2020. It took us a long time to get it done because we were running back and forth to Nashville, and we all work full-time jobs, so we could only go down on weekends and stuff. But it was during COVID, and things were just kind of rough then. A lot of people were online and angry, and just saw a lot of stuff where, it's just a lot of bad stuff online. People were upset. And I mean, it wasn't a happy time. And that's kind of where Hate Being Human came from. I don't really hate being human. I've got it pretty good. There's not a lot I could complain about, but yeah, that song just kind of came out of the frustration from that time period.
Here it is. It is Hate Being Human from Dark Below on Indie Rage Radio. Yeah, a little behind the scenes. Dude, total man crush on your voice on that song.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Not that that's weird or anything to say out loud.
No.
All right, so the last segment is, what you guys got cooking in the lab. What's the future look like for Dark Below? And remember, this one's going to come out to our radio affiliates on the week of September 11th. So anything before that's in the past. So it would be, if you want to mention anything, it would be after September 11th.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Segment 4 in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.us. Sadly, it is our final segment of the show. I want to thank Josh. He's the lead guitarist and vocalist for the band Dark Below. They're a rock band from Missouri, for being our special guest tonight. You can find his band on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok. Their music is available everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, all the places. The list goes on. Make sure you stream them, you download them, go support this band. And speaking of that, make sure you go to fans.darkbelow.com, sign up for their VIP fan list so they can keep you in the know, and go buy yourself some merch. All right, Josh, let's talk about the future. What's that look like for Dark Below?
Well, we're kind of finishing off this year, doing some out-of-state stuff. We playing in Texas, going to be going out to Ohio, Indiana, and then we got a couple shows to kind of end the year up in Wisconsin, and then after that, we're working on some new stuff now. So hopefully sometime early next year we'll have some new music coming out, and yeah, just keep it going, traveling around, playing some shows.
What part of Texas you guys playing in?
We'll be in Austin, I believe Abilene. There's one more that I don't know the exact city off the top of my head, but down in that area. I think it might be Dallas.
Like, I was hoping to hear Houston. That's right down the road from us.
No, I'm afraid we won't be in Houston because that's where Paul Crosby's at. And he's like, "You guys gonna be in Houston?" And I'm like, "No, actually, we're not gonna be there." So unfortunately, we won't get to meet up with him.
All right, so the last song we're gonna play from you guys is called "Self-Inflicted." What's the song about?
This song is about our ex-drummer's ex-girlfriend, actually. And we played the song for quite a while, and he had no idea. And I think he actually asked me one day, he's like, "What's this about?" I was like, that nut job you used to date is just it was just one of those things. Like, he was just like a really nice guy and everything. And it's like, this girl just made his life hell. And it was just always something. It's just like, he can never do anything right. And it's like, all right, well, that's a pretty good idea for a song, I guess. So I don't think she was already gone, so I doubt she's ever even heard it. But yeah, it's about her.
And that was so funny that he was so oblivious to the fact that the song was about him and his ex-girlfriend. And when you were writing the song, you were like, "Oh, he's going to know right off the bat that this is about that crazy."
Yeah, yeah. Once I told him that, he was like, "Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense."
All right, we are out of here. His name is Josh. I am Mikey O. This is Self-Inflicted from Dark Below. We'll see ya when we see ya. All right, very good, man. Thanks again, brother.
Yeah, man, that was your time. Yeah, of course, dude. Thanks for having me. That was
fun. Before you go, if you would give me a drop, and you can stylize it any way you want, but essentially just something along the lines of, "Hey, this is Josh from Dark Below, and you're listening to Indie Rage Radio."
All right. Hey, this is Josh from Dark Below, and you're listening to Indie Rage Radio.
Perfection. All right, keep up the hard work, guys. You're killing it.
Oh, thanks, man.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having us on here. This is awesome. So
yeah, bro.
If you ever want to have us back, we'd love to do it again.
Most definitely. All right, man. Take it easy.
You too, man. See ya.